Hello. Uh, Sorry that it took me a hot minute to start stream. I ran into some scuff of, well, I was making some spaghetti and then I spilled some, boiling water on me, but I'm fine. I survived. I also had to set up some, uh, what is it? The dual streaming for YouTube. First time figuring that out. Fine so far. Let me whoosh over. Uh, oh yeah, I also set up a little thing up in the corner here, just for music, so that you can actually see the little announcements thing. It's like, oh hey, someone did a follow. I'll probably figure out a better way to fix this up in the future. Probably putting it down here by like the little chat thing. I just have to adjust it so that it looks maybe a little more like the little games thing here, a bit shorter. Get rid of that for a second though. But yeah. Today I'm just going to be working on some art fight assets. Uh, Wait a minute. Hold on, I noticed some silly shit. Uh, did I adjust that correctly? So, they noticed my little guy in the background is in the wrong spot. Where are you? Okay, there we go. He's fine. He's on the proper plane of existence now. Uh, oh wait, not quite. He's climbing. Oh no, wait, no, that's fine. He's supposed to climb up that way. He's just doing a little backwards. Up, there he goes. Just adjusting some windows here. Because the way I have my thing set up is a little jank, but that's fine. Uh, Everything is always a work in progress. I'll do a little Noom zoom out here. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. I just have my little dudes that these are gonna be icons for the character refs, just that you see before you click into the thing and actually see them and all their other beautiful images. Uh, yeah, I also had these ready because originally I made these stickers because I wanted to have stickers of my little dudes. Then I was like, oh, these could also probably double as little icons, and if I make them all in a similar style, that will look really cool and unified. So I'm doing that. Most of it I'm doing is just gonna be lining the rest of these guys. There's one or two I do have to add here because I am silly and forgot I wanted to add some more uh, little creatures. But it's fine. You here, Miss Cielo, you are mostly lined. When I left off last night, I was mostly just doing some outlining for her. Make sure I have the right pen. If I do not have the right pen, that would be a little silly. Here you are. Can also lower the opacity of that here for myself. And hopefully my brain does not combust having two chats open. For because if I remember right, for Twitch rules, they don't like it when you have other streaming services up on the screen. So the side is just going to be Twitch chat. But I do have YouTube chat open on my own monitor where I can see that, so I can respond to people and say hi, hello, hi, if words are chosen to be said. This is the power of being able to wield 3 monitors. Some may call it severe ADHD. I call it being all powerful. And we'll give you a nice thick outline because it makes it pop. It makes the eye go, ooh. This has a variance of line weights. My brain likes this. Don't like how close that is. It's like some kind of variant of tangent in my brain. My brain does not like tangents. I mean, generally, you don't. Usually you don't want tangents when you are drawing your line art because it connects with the brain, but in like an evil way. Because sometimes you do want the brain to like fill in some details when you look at a drawing, but then other times it does it in an unintentional way that you do not like. It's like, oh hey, it looks like this thing is connected to this thing when it's very much not supposed to be. It's like, say, like something else entirely in the background. A little scuff on your face there. A little bit more line within your hair. Because they have very long hair, so it has more weight and volume. Mhm. Invert the selection. UN. Oh, got a little bit there. We don't need to get out of here. It could be a little thicker to be consistent with the others on the outside. A little bit thicker, please. Oh yeah, there's also a little thing I can adjust here. Maybe turn some setting down on some of this. Oh wait, actually, let me adjust that. They don't see my cursor mouse, so that looks a little bit more professional. There we go. Uh, let's also go over some jazz. I'm feeling jazz. It's getting a little too close to tangent. We are fixing the shape of your little bit of bunch of hair. I don't like it. Perhaps the most powerful thing I've learned in the course of my drawing bullshit is don't be afraid to erase things. Because sometimes you're initially like, oh man, I did such good work on this thing, and then you realize, perhaps several hours later, oh, don't like this. But then you're afraid to erase it because you're like, I worked so hard on this thing. But you don't improve by just going with like, yeah, that's I don't like it, but it's fine. If you notice that something is a little bit off, you can go, hey, we'll get rid of that and we'll do it better. And then it will be better. But that is also, I'd say that's also a bit of a difficult, well, simple to say, it is a difficult lesson to incorporate. More of just like a, I like this thing so much, it feels like a waste to delete it. But no, sometimes everything isn't perfect the first time around, and that's okay. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Okay, see how it done. Onto, well, not done, but line art done. Onto Socorro, my funny little invisible guy. Their silly antics. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Your round little mask eye holes are big, rather, as they take up like a third of your mask. Closer to like a fourth, but you know, that wrong button. I meant to flip. Try flipping again. There we go. Sometimes I have to put my easel, of which I have my tablet on, up and down a little bit. Because I generally find it easier to draw when it's flatter, but that's also not good for my back, so I try to minimize how flat I am making it, but still have it at a comfortable angle, in which I can do curves. And then you have a little bouquet here. Oh, hello! Oh, have you come to bring Willard to me?
Willard.
Hi, Willard. Hi. Oh, you're waving with your tail. Actually, if you turn this over, you might be able to, like... Yeah, there we go.
Willard Cradle. The Radle, if you will.
The Riedel. For
You have
context,
too many bowls, sir. Give me.
that's just one bowl. Oh, wait.
No.
Right, I had some cranberries. Don't you tisk at me.
Feeding the Willards.
For context, Willard is a little, well, was a little mouse that we had in our apartment.
Big fat little guy.
Yeah, he was chunky. We recently found him in one of the little safe traps that we put down, not of the living. And we kind of,
it was probably from the heat while we were away on vacation for a week and a half.
yeah, luckily he had a little bit of peanut butter before he went out, but
There was peanut butter. It was a no-kill trap. It was one of the little tunnel ones that like closes behind them.
yeah.
He licked like the holes meant to bait the rats clean.
Yeah, so he at least got like a nice big chunk of food in him before he went. So
He pooped a lot.
he pooped a lot, and then we also, like, during the time we were in our Willard search, because he was like skittering around for like a month and a half, I think. Um
Oh, you're dropping 50% of your frames.
fuck. Yeah, no, the frame rate's been like fucky, even like the last stream I did.
It's probably just our ISP being garbage.
Oh yeah, no, our ASP fucking sucks. But it's fine, I also have this recording so I can upload it later.
Alright.
Um fucking Willard over here. We got a little plushie at like a fair we went to. So he has been our spiritual Willard, Willard, I can say words. Oh, and the reason why we called him Willard is I just called him that because it was an Umineko character that I liked and I thought it would be funny. So Willard gets to live on through our funny little crocheted rat. It would be nice to have like actual pet rats, but at the same time, one of the reasons why we were initially, well, when we caught Willard, we were going to set him out into the woods if he were still alive, but we weren't gonna keep him because concerns of hantavirus, which is you know, not great. At the very least, happy that he got to go out, like, eating peanut butter. Like, if I were a little mouse, a little rat, and like I at least got to go out eating like a nice big chunk of peanut butter because we put peanut butter in like all the traps, and when we filled those things up, then I would have been a very happy little rodent. So I hope he was happy. Uh, yeah, stream is still being a little funky with the frames. I think it's just like the deer sheep has mentioned, our ISP kind of fucking blows. The drawer, hello Frono. I hope you're having a good one, a chill one. I'm the Robin, making my little dudes. Uh, Art Fight is approaching this week. And it's not that I forgot this time or procrastinated. I was just busy. It's okay. I love making little dudes that have big old coats because I can do little whoop. Yeah, I'm at work and peeping the art prep. Hell yeah. I hope work is going good and swell. I got to go back to work today, and I came back to like 500 emails, and I was like, okay. Luckily, most of it was just like spam of like, hey, we want to give you things, and I'm like, no, thank you. We're good. And that was most of my day before I got up to go make my pasta. And I had a little bit before stream. It was some good pasta. Very much worth the boiling water burn that I gave myself because I was being a little silly. I used the wrong thing, like the little grabbies for grabbing some noodles. And I figured out the one I grabbed is the one that like kind of spills out the back, so like, oh, but I'm fine. I slept on some aloe vera. I got like a little ice thing on me. Yeah, I'm good. Pasta, yeah, it's a very simple pasta. Well, technically not even pasta because I use rice noodle for it because the rice noodle is less like heavy feeling than like usual pasta that uses like flour. It's very nice, refreshing. Uh, I don't even know if there's like much of a word of what I would call this kind of pasta because all I did was just get like a can of tomato paste, uh, some cream cheese, parmesan, and other such spices and mix it together in a pot. And some frozen meatball because I did not want to make some meatball. But it's turkey meatball, so it has like a bit of a different taste. But it's pretty good. Um, well, now I get to do your little flowers, and I always fear doing little flowers because no matter how many times I do little flowers, they do not look right in my mind. But then I just have to go, you know what? Good enough. Actually, you know what? I kind of like that. It's like a little swirly, abstracty rose. Too big. Actually, let's move you a little bit because you're getting a little bit too parallel for my liking. I need you to feel organic. Shimmy it down this way. Let's make some small ones. For your little buckwheat. Little gardener guy. At least in the... Well, I'm probably going to keep this for his general job of he is a little gardener at the place where these schmucks, well, most of these schmucks live. He's very polite. He's just a little bit of a odd guy. Bada. And get your arm in here. And got some little elbow patches. Got one in there. Nope, nope. I spot a tangent. No tangents. Okay, that's better. Do have to adjust you a little bit, though. As your hood kind of goes out like that. There we go. Actually move the patch a little more. Flip. There we go. That is looking more like what I want to happen. Actually, I lied. There we go. And then you got a little patch over here too. And get your big old It's where you keep a bunch of your tools. Let me fix your foot here. It's a little bit janked up. Now we get to draw your funny face. That is very marker. Use a nice big old chisel tip. There you go. There's your beautiful smile. Should also take a little bit of how your little mask is, because, grip up like that from this angle. Alrighty, and let's get you a little bit outlined, a little bit thickly outlined. I wish it rained here more often, because I would justify having more of a collection of raincoats. Even just aesthetically, I like raincoats, but it's a little bit too warm here generally for them. At least for when it does rain. You get a little bit too toasty. Got a million umbrellas though, so that works fine enough. Clean up a little bit of your flowers here. At some point I should futz around more with this brush, because it does leave like a little bit of like trail ends. I think it might just be the aliasing might be a little funky. Because I don't think this brush has much aliasing, or aliasing really on it. So I don't know how much it would fix the trail, because I have futz with this. So it's basically just the default CSP flat brush that's futzed around with. I don't like how sometimes it has like a little like fucked up little trail. And maybe that's just adjusting the shape, but I like the shape of it being the square. But I also do like how it does give some hard edge to like the edges. Experimenting must be done. More experimenting, rather. Yeah, it's I notice it more when I turn at angles, which is why I do a lot of more one-directional strokes with this pen usually. How is your outline looking? Your outline's looking pretty good, pretty thick. A few spots could use some more touch up. Nice and thick. Round out your noggin a little more. Mm. A little bit more in the edges here. Huh? Oh. Hi. Hello, Mayumi.
Perhaps you don't need to stream at 60 FPS for an art stream.
Oh, fuck. Am I 60?
Yeah. You're basically streaming at 30 FPS anyways.
Yeah. Fuck. How do I fuck around with...
Well, you have to cut stream.
Eh.
Do you not want to bother?
I don't want to bother. I'll figure it out later. The joys of fucking futzing around with OBS. I'll fix it later. I already futzed enough. Wah, 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 wah. Moving some things around. Okay, now I can see images with my brain. Oh yeah, you also have a few more patches I forgot. Silly, silly. You got one on the edge of your pocket here. And then you also got one, like a little corner here. There you are. There, now your thing... Oh wait, I'm a fool, I also forgot your little dangly doos. Your little jacket dangly doos. There we go. That's better. Let's see a little bit into the inside of your jacket. There you are. And then your little cute puppy doos. You go, ah, you're a happy little guy. Or cutesy, or some such or other. Now we fill you in. Alright, that also reminds me, another character I have to add. One of my tabletop characters, whose name is Phil, but not Phil spelled like Phil. Phil spelled like Fyll. Because he's a little sailorman. Uh, I think the only reason I'd actually only named him Phil was, his little placeholder portrait I gave him on his character sheet before I'd given him like a proper face was a little sea slug, the ones that look kind of like a bit of a sheep and have leaves on their back. And we actually have a plushie of one that whose name is Chloe, Chloe Phillips. For her, the joke of her name is chlorophyll. So I thought, oh hey, I'll just name this guy Phil for now, and then it just kind of stuck. So now his name gets to be Phil Chloro. Now it's time for my little bun bun. A little creature who is also me, but like more tired. Which one may not think feasibly possible. For I'm a tired little guy, but one can get even tireder. I even considered taking a small nap before stream, but then I realized, ah, fuck. My wish for Skeggy outmatches my wish for a little bit of Eep. This is also one of the characters that I have to probably throughout Art Fight. I'm gonna give him more of an updated sheet because I don't know if I'll be able to do it within the next few days reasonably. Because I did give him a slight design difference of I gave him a digitigrade leg, where it goes more like Bunui. Alright, your ears are a little bit shorter when they're folded. There we go. Oh, by default, it's always a little bit folded because he just has weak cartilage in the one ear. He has a permanent flop. Stretch. Always remember to get up and stretch a little bit, lest your bones turn to ash. Alright, in your big silly cape. Because big silly jackets are required for all conductors. Yep, there we go. Yeah, actually, tear it down. Scratch that, reverse it. Going to start with the body. Mm-hmm. And hopefully if I'm able to get a good chunk of art fight stuff done between today and next stream, I'm hoping maybe next stream I can use it to focus on making little Twitch assets, maybe. Like little panels for like the bottom saying like, hey, here's things, just to make it look nice and fancy. If not, it'll probably be just a bit more of picking at refs, that's the word I'm looking for. Either that or maybe, like, I do probably want to squeeze an attack or two into stream. Probably at least one. If I'm gonna be working on other stuff. Saturday is just kind of a fuck it, we ball, do some bullshit. Whatever feels good and right. Your funny little anchor tie. Probably my favorite part of this design because it is very much inspired by Mr. Slayer Guilty Gear. My hero. I actually should probably try picking him up in Strive. Because I haven't played Strive in like 5 million years, but I played him like crazy in Revelator 2. And then I was very excited for him to come out for Strive, and then I just haven't touched the game in a good long while. I have him for DLC. And then there's also Robokai, who's here. And I've wanted him in another game for 5 million year since Accent Core. And I peeped his moveset from the video that Arxis released, and it looks very fun. It's just been a hot minute since I played much of any fighting games. Since usually I play it with the sheep, but sometimes, very often sheep is not feeling down for fighting game, mostly because of, like, hand strain. So I need to pull more people into fighting game as well. This is perhaps the strategy. Bait people in with the very pretty designs and be like, "Hey, you wanna lab with me for like a little smidge? Have a go at it." That also probably requires teaching people how to do fighting games, and I am barely decent at how to learn fighting game. Like I have like a small handful of characters that I just know very well how to play, and then others I like to fuck around with because I think it's funny. Like probably the one character that I intentionally got very good at out of what was essentially spite was Akatsuki from Under Night. But I very much actually like enjoy playing him. Hello. Uh, you trying to squeeze? There there it is. My squeaky little Mayumi from Toho Fest. Toho Fest was very fun. I did record quite a bit of video because I got myself a little GoPro. So probably at some point during the month, I'm going to hunker down and start editing footage from that as like a little, hey, this is me going to a convention and doing bullshit and like a little some other stuff I did in California, like go to the it was the Hospital of Emotions, which was a very fucking cool art installation. I think at the end of July is when it's essentially being concluded. And I wish it was like a permanent mainstay at that place. It's an abandoned hospital where they made several very cool individual artists installations per room. And they're supposed to invoke certain emotions. Or at least some of the rooms are themed after certain emotions like anger, fear, happiness, joy, grieving, empathy. And there were some very pretty rooms. Like one that kind of sticks with me is a room that was covered head to toe in like melting ceramic eggs. Uh, and these are ceramic eggs made over the course of like 5 years by the artist of the room. And the on the little placard that was on every room, it had a little description about the piece, and it was about how the artist hated eggs, and their mom would make them sunny side up egg every day for school, no matter how much they said I don't like it. And I think this is on the floor or part of the floor that was dedicated to like anger. So there were some ones like that. Some of them were actually interactive as well. One of my favorite ones there was a room full of like different post-it notes from people who had visited the installation. And it was for in relation to I think gratitude. So what you would do is you took a post-it note that was there, and then you put something down that you're grateful for. But you could go around the room and like read other ones that other people had posted, but some of them were really fucking funny. Like this is like a secondary note we left, but we saw one that was saying a dude who was grateful for his wife, and then next to it someone also put also I'm also grateful for this guy's wife. So the three of us that went to the hospital, we did a funny and all took an extra note to just write like something similar to the post of like, oh man, if there's anyone I could have sex with at all, it would be my dead wife because I miss her touch. And then the guy you're playing saying, I also choose this guy's wife. So we all just like did variations of also just saying also this guy's wife. I definitely pretty sure I got some picture of that, so I'll probably throw that into the compilation. of like little vlog-esque video when I do that. But it was a very, very fun walkthrough. It was, I think it was about 4 to 5 floors of about 60 or so, probably a bit more installations, and they were like all individual rooms. And you start at the top of the hospital building and go make your way down. And after you finish like each representation of an emotional section, you get like a little stamp card on your like patient checkout form that they used as like a little flyer to show you uh like as an informational flyer on one side, and the other was like a little patient's board that was like for your like stay. So every emotion you stamp off as like okay, you've been cured and you're like feeling your emotions properly, which is very cute. So you go from top to bottom, going through all the rooms, and they also have these little mascots that represented each emotion. I really like the one for empathy and the one for love. I got a little keychain of the love one. It's very cute. It's like a fuzzy little like the best thing I can just like akin them to is where the wild things are, like little beasties like that. Actually, hold on, let me Hospital of Emotions. Yeah, I can actually grab a flyer from that to like show copy image. Yeah, here it is. This is the one for love. I got a little like PVC keychain of them, and they're very cute. And then all the like little creatures. I think this one here was envy or jealousy. This was empathy, sadness, fear. I think this was gratitude, or yeah, I think this was gratitude. There was only one. Yeah, it was only that post-it note exhibit, or not exhibit, but installation that was the only one I think for that floor. There's love, there's anger, there's I think this is courage. And I don't remember which of these was happiness and the other one was something else. I think the yellow one here, like the orangey yellow one here, is happiness, and then this guy was something else. This place was like really fun to go through, and once you got to the very end, there was a gift shop, and also right before that was a room full of these handmade flowers uh out of like the like pipe cleaners, if you've ever seen some of those. uh it was like a bunch of different ones and types, and what you could do is you could make your own bouquet of them, and they were also all made by I think local, like very local artists. So we made two little bouquet. Oh no, wait, we each made a bouquet. We took one with or we took two with us, and then the person that was with us also made one to give to their mom, which is very sweet. Um, yeah, it was just overall a very fun thing. Oh yeah, there at the hospital too, there were some other things that were really fun. Like there were vending machines full of water, and each of like the little water cans had like a prescription associated with them. One that I had gotten was a chill pill. But there were other ones that were like, oh hey, here's a pill of confidence, or like a dose of confidence, things like that. That I thought was very sweet. And I still have a little aluminum bottle with like the cover of it too. What was another? Oh yeah, another of the interactive ones I really liked was how do I describe this? It was a giant. Okay, so it was a mostly barren room. When you walk into it, at the bottom of the floor was a QR code where you could scan it with your phone and then enter a sort of like AR environment where you would like use the phone's camera to look around. So you would see some words, and you could also like hear some like whispers in the room. And as you go in, you see on one side of the wall you see a very large like ear, and the other one has a mouth. So into the ear you're able to like whisper thing, like it was said, like whisper something that I forget exactly what it was, but the idea was that you whisper it, and there's a speaker in the room that would add whatever you say to it into like it would add whatever you said into the speaker that would like record it and play it throughout, as well as like anything else that anyone had ever said into that ear. And the words that you saw in the AR mode were things that people had said from that. Like a very, very abstract concept, but really cool in execution. Uh, oh, let me pull up the rip for my little guy again. Come here, you. Elbowing shit. Don't mind me. Your little peep pant. Hello. Ah! Poking me. Oh, patting me. Thank you. Yeah, buddy? Is there anything you'd like to say
No.
for your. Okay. Stop punching the squeakies. Be nice to them. Okay, that's nicer. How dare you? Big eyebrow. They love characters who have big bushy eyebrow. The giant caterpillars that rest upon their face. Let's change up the music a little bit. What am I feeling out of this assortment of things? Let's go for some lo-fi chill. Alright, these circle of his chicks are gonna be drawn on, so for now we do a little. And then do your funny little scythe. Your funny little scythe that also becomes a fishing rod. Adjust the angle of you a little bit, friend. Thank you. this. Yeah. There we go. That's my thing. Fixing on this side actually. Alright, now we do your silly little cape. Cape coat. Cape Cod. A good bit of Cape Cod chip. Everything else got boot. There we go. Where's that?
Spine.
Oh, I don't need a spine. Spines are optional. That's the
You
future.
know
I
you
can.
need your spine to control your fingers, right?
Ah, shit. Anatomy. This out so I can make room for your dumb, massive fucking collar. You also got a little shoulder thing on your coat. Mm, yeah, there we go. Like that better. Okay, there we go, Bun Bun. Now for Tiny Bun Bun. Just do this for now. Actually, let's fill you first. Get you fill. That is the ender thing, so then we invert. Remove. Get rid of that. We'll lighten you up. Now we do a little chud. Flip. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Flip you again. Actually, go back. And go. Move your face. Right at the top. Dumb big eyebrows. Flip you. Flip. Here we go. And a big little tongue patch like you're a fucking Care Bear, but you're not a bear, you're a bunny. We also may end up making this a little bit of a short stream, especially for getting back into the swing of doing art stream. do not want to overexert myself. Especially knowing with Art Fight, gonna be doing a lot of drawing, and really not a good idea to strain uh carpal tunnel. So I do sense my hand getting to start a bit tired. This is the curse of growing old and ancient. Your bones withering. It's okay, as long as you take care of yourself, you can still do the thing you enjoy for much longer. Just in short bursts. Actually, let me do your outlines before I pour. Smooth that out. Yeah, I can also see frame rates being a little funky. So best not to make it too long, just so I can. At the like, I do have the a backup recording, which should be fine. Should be being the keyword. So at the very least, if the Twitch VOD is a little funky, or is the YouTube one that is being currently streamed, I should have that. Um, yeah, because also I realized, oh hey, you have to turn on save your streams on Twitch beforehand, which is, I guess that makes sense, but I didn't realize that was a feature uh they added as a thing you have to opt into, because many millennia ago, which was like, fuck, okay, that was like 10 years ago, it was on by default. Uh, because if I probably mentioned before, the last time I had actually streamed on Twitch was literally 10 years ago, before it was any way that it is now. Which is really funny to think about. Only way I recall this is I played Stardew Valley on release day on Twitch when I was still in high school. I was but a wee little creature back then. And then there was that does also remind me, because this is roughly around the same time where I did my first blind playthrough of Undertale uh as like a little let's play back then as well, when that came out. I did not stream it. It was a YouTube series, and it has since gone from public facing things, but I do have it saved on a separate drive. And sometimes I will occasionally go back to him like, oh my god, you sound like baby. You sound like you were born 5 apples tall. Or rather 3. I feel like that's a minuscule enough measurement. That entire thing is also fun because you can see the beginnings of me enjoying making funny voices. In terms of whenever I'm reading something, I like to give characters their own, uh, like do something funny that I feel like encapsulates it, especially if I'm playing it for a stream. I also love that everyone always tends to go to the same place every time I've seen like someone playing through a blind of like, hey, I see Pepperus over here. What if we make him sound like Skeletor? Because that's what everyone does. Because you look at him and go, yep, this kindly little fucking pile of bones sounds like Skeletor. Speaking of, I do probably, some point, probably next week will be less hectic for me of, on my alt channel going back to stream some more of Deltarune. Because, I did stream through the first chapter, or not the first chapter, the first, chapter 5, rather. Well, I did stream through all of it on my alt, but also I did chapter 5, on Friday when I returned home. Uh, and no spoilers, it was very good, very fun. I need to go back and do Secret Boss, and, some other things I know that I had missed, but I want to poke at, plus, the funny and nothing bad happens at all route, which I don't know details of for chapter 5, but I do know that all I know is that the length of it is apparently very short, which that's also how it was for chapter 4, I believe. It was a much shorter section. And I don't really know anything going into it besides that, but I'm full of fear and concern and curiosity, as one is. They do have a separate save on my own where I did play through, because I hadn't streamed doing Weird Route, but I think I might do from chapter 5 because, the last times I, or well, when chapter 3 and 4 released, before I could really touch it, I had gotten a bit spoiled, so that made me less inclined to wanna go through it because I kind of, well, at least go through it while streaming it because I already knew what was going to happen, so it didn't feel as genuine, I think would be correct wording for that. But I'm still avoiding like most things for chapter 5 in general, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I've just heard like vague reactions from people and I'm scared. Which, you know, is always good. What was? Oh yeah, I also recently gave Slay the Spire 2 a spin. Since it was something I got to peep some tabletop buddies playing for a bit after a session. And I was like, oh, this seems very fun. So gave us solo play for a bit, and it is very much a game up my alley. I very much like roguelikes and dungeon crawlers. And one of the events I got was very funny, in which you are just in a room of cheeses, and you have the option of devour the cheese or do not and just search around, and I just thought that was funny. I might play a little more on that after this, just to like give my drawing hands a bit of chill with something that isn't too intensive, and just relax for a bit, and then maybe draw on my own a bit more after. Since a good pal of mine came up with the fantastic idea for Art Fight specifically of hey, just make a server to upload references and such, like a little work list of what do you need to do, like a hit list or just working on assets, your profile, whatnot. And it's fucking genius because every year the first week of Art Fight is hell because the site is chugging like a motherfucker. Yes, is a good bun bun. Okay. Mm, we can jump out of order a little bit and do something fun. Uh, yeah, let's actually do one of my little nuggets from Lobotomy Corporation. Riley, also known as Rye, because I think it's fun. I think of him and I think of Rye bread. Because he's always loafing about. Yeah, let's do him and we'll end it off with him. Yeah, I think Sheepy Sheep might be a little bit too intensive because for these three I don't have a lot of pre-existing reference surprisingly. For at least how I design them right now. Well, you I do a bit, but these two not as much. Which is why it gave me a little bit of trouble with like figuring out your coat, but that's is fine. Um yeah, but you're a lot simpler to get down pat, I think. Oh, I start with hair. Yeah, maybe if I still have a little energy, I can do a sketch of little tabletop guy. Because he's also very simple. That's a little bit too flat there. Your big eyes. Your smile over. Your little schmug smile. Flip. Stretch. Stretch. There we go. Shrink your brain back a bit, young themst. Shrimp soda. A little bit of shrimp soda. Move your hand down just a bit. Lower your hand here as well. And your collar. I also love this guy with fucking decked out in Aleph gear. He's got the capo suit. He's got the Blue Star Ball. He's in a facility with White Knight. Does jack shit. Well, he can do things, he just chooses not to. He's a bit of a lazy motherfucker on purpose. Oop, wrong thing. There we go. Okay, there we go. Looks better. Okay. Dumb little ball that we need to smooth the side out of. There we go. Good enough. And sticking you up. Then after you, I think we'll call it. Because for certain, my hand is getting very tired. Shame, because I thought I would have a bit more energy, but yeah, clicking through near 500 emails today probably wasn't too good on the wrist, one might imagine. But it's okay. Put that a bit. Alright. Let's also fill you in, bud. This. And brighten up. Alrighty. Catches a bit. There we go. Wait, actually. Let it put it there. Okay. I think. Oh, wait, top of your head's a little flat. Let's fix that. More thick outline. Alrighty. Yeah, not bad. For roughly about 2 hours because it was a bit of a late start to stream. So it's about 1.5 hour, which solid for some little Chud linemen. I am pretty happy these guys for right now. Save that. Alright, and I will end it off for now. Have a good afternoon, day, night, whatever the fuck time it is. Drink your vegetables, eat your water, all the good stuff. And I'll be back probably Saturday, if not earlier, just working on some stuff. Bye.